Hello again, Nissan Skyline fans. So today we have a race variation coming into the collection. It's made by Kyosho, and here's the box for it. It's a GTR racing car collection. So if you like GTRs, anyways, this says it's 850 yen, which is like $8.50, less than $9 in today's money. It's actually sponsored by it's approved by SuperGT, which are what all these cars are. So this seems to be 8 cars here, and I think these are all from the 2008 season. The model is also from the 2008. So I only got one of these. I think they all, the mold might all be the same. I can see this rectangle back here, and it's on all of them. So I have a feeling it's all the same car, just different liveries. But I don't have this kind of body style in my collection, so I'm going for it. Yeah, alright, so this says 2008 Super GT, the GT500 meaning horsepower class. There's a 350 horsepower class, by the way. And the rest I can't understand, so sorry about that. I took it off the base already. It came screwed to this thing, and it came in this blister. So those things can go. Now, the internet, a couple sources are telling me this is not a V6 engine like the regular R35. This is actually powered by a 4.5 liter naturally aspirated V8. So I never would have guessed that, but I think the racing rules are forcing them to run naturally aspirated engines, so they needed to have, a 4.5 V8, whereas the regular road car is not that big of a capacity. It also has a 6-speed transmission, and it's rear wheel drive only, based on the racing regulations or the racing rules. This particular yellow car finished 11th overall in the 2008 championship. So, okay. Well, I think it looks similar to those photographs. Let's take a look here. Let's start on the top, and let's start on that mirror. That is a very, very reflective surface, right? So that's a straight-on mirror. That's some crazy vacuum mirroring. I don't know how they put those mirrors on plastic. I think it's a vacuum process, but I could be wrong. We have the Yellowhat. I don't know if this is a racing team or a sponsor. I didn't think to look into that, so I apologize. But looking at all these graphics, they look like they're all tampo printed, even the one on the windshield. So they're not decals, so they shouldn't have a problem flaking off or, chipping off. So that's a good thing. There seems to be a painted on black stripe coming down the middle of the windshield. I'm not sure what that is, but it's on the real car. And then it's got, seems to be one raised windshield wiper. I don't know where the other one went. I guess it just doesn't have it. And then look at these tiny separate black plastic mirrors. They're pretty nice. I don't think there's there's no paint or anything like that. You got some molded in vent detail here, and then these vents are just blanked off. But from the front it looks pretty good. Seems to be some contaminant or something right there, so that's too bad. Or is it paint rash? I'm not really sure. Okay, I don't know what this little detail is. I do see it on the real car. It's like a hole, so I don't know. But these headlights do look nice. Clear plastic over some chromed plastic, so pretty realistic looking. These little canards here, they're pretty thin plastic. I think they might be separate pieces. Looks like there's 2 pinholes there. And this chin spoiler as well is a really thin piece of plastic. I think that might be part of the base. Yeah, it's painted, but it's part of the base. Okay, so the GTR logo, it seems pretty legible there. Although the GT part is hidden in shadow, it is there. A little nice paint stripe there, some texture in this grill, looks good. So really crisp printing on all these sponsorships. Alright, so what about this side? The wheels look pretty realistic. The tires have a nice curvature to them, and the gap is not, it's good. It's not bad like some of the other ones I've seen, which in fact I'll compare to a little later. Oh, that's cool. I think that's the exhaust pipe coming out there. There's some depth there in it. Yeah, it's there. You can see a little roundness, I think. This one is just blanked off. A couple body panel grooves. I don't know what this is. Not sure. Door handle sticking out, painted silver. Panel lines don't seem super wide, not bad. And even the side glass has a little molded in detail as if it's a sliding window. And some more vents here in the plastic windows. Okay, look at this. Come around, we got a plastic insert showing this grill, and then these things, yeah, they're pretty deep. Yeah, that thing is gone. That's a deep vent. This is not as deep, but it's still pretty good. And then, okay, so plastic inserted taillights, silver paint on these latches or whatever they are. Printing looks good. The wing looks pretty good. Maybe it's a little crooked. I think this side is further down than that side. Okay, the top of the wing looks nice. That crazy silver rear glass. I don't know if we're going to be able to see anything with that windshield graphic, and then the way that window was molded, just can't see in there. Yeah, I mean, there's a steering wheel, and I'm sure there's a nice seat and all, but no, it's just too hard to see. The windows are too short and distorted. So this is so from 2008, that means the Kyosho was still riveting these things together. Later on they moved to screws, which is nicer for modding. It's got racing slicks. Pretty smooth, silent runner there. Okay, some veins. Pretty nice. Alright, so only some minor problems, some minor contaminants there in the paint. But otherwise it's pretty nice. Not some minor contaminants, or maybe that's paint rash there. But it's a pretty cool looking model, I think. I mean, it's so over-fendered. You know, I'm used to the mini GTs, which we'll compare to. So let's actually get into that right now. Let's get the solar spinner out. So first, I mentioned that wheel gap. This is a Kyosho also of a BNR 34. But look at this wheel gap. It's just horrible. I mean, no racing car is going to have that kind of gap unless it's running the Paris-Dakar Rally. But a road racing car? No way. So this is pretty horrible. And unfortunately, because this is still press fit together, I don't want to take it apart. Yeah, I'm just too lazy. If it was screwed together, I would just go in there and file down the inside piece and raise up the axles, but that's too bad. Okay. So there's a racing R34 and a racing R35. R35 is just crazy, but I don't know, I forget what's powering this. I do have a video on that. I don't know if that's an inline-6 or if they swapped out the engine for something else as well. I'm not even sure what series this is running in. If it's running in the SuperGT or some other class, some different type of race, not sure. Okay, let's get that out. This is a mini GT Liberty Walk. So that is an R35, but it's a Liberty Walk. It's not a real race car. It's just, you know, an aftermarket body kit. I'm not sure. Are there people actually racing competitively with Liberty Walk body kits on them? Possibly. I don't know. I don't really follow racing that much. If anyone knows, please leave a comment. So anyways, either brand I think here is good. I like Mini GT and Kyosho just as well, I suppose. I can't really say one brand is better than the other. The only plus side of Mini GT is they often have these soft rubbery mirrors. Although I'm not really, these are kind of not so soft. But neither of them have like disc brake systems or paint on their mirrors. So that puts them pretty equal to me. Okay, so another car this thing I might have actually been racing against, this is a Toyota SC430. So this is also running in the Super GT. You can see on the windshields, they both say Super GT. So these would have been, this is actually a realistic scene, I guess. Although, this is from the 2008 season. I think this possibly could have been the 2009 season. I forget. I apologize, but there's a video on it somewhere, or it's gonna happen. Okay. Alright then, well that's it for the comparisons. It does seem like actually the GTR is much wider. Or maybe not. Tough to say. The GTR just looks like a bigger vehicle though. Right. Okay. Okay, well if you like racing cars, if you like Skylines, or things that are yellow, maybe you want to look into getting one of these things. Until then, I'll see you guys at the next corner. Bye.